We are them boys, the PVC Podcast crew. This is Laying Pipe with the PVC crew. You know, I got my boys with me like always. This boy done sat up, got all that attention and stuff, like he about to salute a kid and whatnot. It's all good. He got proper so fast. He was all chilling, laying back in the cut like he riding the lack and something. And then he got all got ready for the end.
I was letting my meal digest.
I thought he was gonna say present.
That's what I'm saying. He's gonna be like.
You was in action mode, so I gotta get ready
so,
for my boy.
But you know,
right.
since the boy jumped into action, let me go ahead and introduce this bad Paul. You know how we do. Say what's up to the people.
What's up, people? Tuning in episode 61 here with the PVC Podcast crew. For the most part, I'm just a lovely day and another good day to sit here, chop it up with my boys, talk about all this craziness that's been going on. But besides that, like always say, much love and respect to everybody out there and everybody who's following us. So I'm going to pass it on to my boy Vic. Vic, say what's up to the peoples.
Good morning, everybody. Glad to be back at it again here with my boys, Paul and Cameron. You also know him as Nerdboyfresh. We're going to be talking about a lot of stuff today, usually as we always do. We're going to be talking about some topics that may seem a little dicey, but it wouldn't be fun to talk about if it was all safe, now would it? So we do hope you find what we have to say entertaining today, and we hope that you'll like and subscribe if you do like it. And if you don't like it, well, subscribe. Maybe you'll like the next one. But until then, we get into episode 61 today. Let me pass it over to the main man, who is also known as Cam, a.k.a.
Mr. Nerdboyfresh.
Freaky.
Follow me on the gram and all that good stuff. Y'all know how we get down. It's definitely a privilege and an honor to do this. First of all, shout out to all 79 of our subscribers who's been rocking along with us. We appreciate each and every one of you. Y'all already know that. For the ones who is tuning in for the first time, who hasn't liked and subscribed to the page, please do. We definitely appreciate y'all if y'all would do that right off top. Besides that, y'all, you know, I wanted to do something real quick before we get super crazy. You know, my boys saw me come in with the click-clack in the bag. So, you know, your boy had to make a road trip. Shout out to my dogs out at Micro Center.
Oh, wow.
And I had to bring something for my squatties.
He actually got some.
So.
He got balls.
So, I had to show y'all the balls. So everybody on the cam, I got to show y'all this. I got to show y'all the balls. So I had to share my balls with everybody.
Wow.
I had to share the balls with everybody. Now, you know,
he said,
I had to, because the balls is good.
I will leave that.
How much was it?
And we got 2 and 3, and we got 2 balls.
We got 3 balls.
We got 3 balls. We got 2 and the extra in the Duffy.
Oh my God.
Anyway, how much were they? I don't even remember how much they were. I'm gonna be dead honest with you. I was like, I was like, man, I don't know how much I paid for the balls, but
I believe that a little.
Shout out, good. The only place you could get them, there's only one spot you could get them in California, and that's Micro Center. That's the only spot you could get them. I was up there chopping it up with my squad out there. Shout out to everybody working at Micro Center.
Where's Micro Center?
Out in Tustin, California. So shout out to my boy Bob. Shout out to my boy Philemon and Albert. All the boys is definitely
keeping that cherry Coke one.
So whichever one y'all want to go with, y'all can. So y'all hey, go ahead, pick one.
Orange, can't go wrong with that.
Pick one. Y'all don't have to break bread right now. Y'all could chop it up later. I just want to share. I just want to share my balls with you. Got him.
Gone. It's gonna be a whole day. I'm gonna mess around. I'm gonna get into my deep. I'm gonna have a heart attack. So stop it.
You saw what the man just ate. You trying to kill him?
Yeah, I'm trying. Hey. Cause see, I was up there and I was like, yo, I was getting Steve situated. I was getting everything rolling and stuff. And then I was like, yo, I pulled up Microsoft. I was like, dude. The first thing I thought about, I'm gonna keep it tall with y'all. The first thing I thought about was Vic. I was like, dude, if I go all the way up here and I don't bring a couple of these back, I'm gonna get killed. He was like, you went up here and you didn't get no balls. Word.
I knew exactly what they were doing when they named this company. I knew exactly what they were doing.
But Anyway.
You know the thing is, too, is I don't think a lot of people know.
But you know what's so funny? Go ahead, Vic.
Okay, this is not really a popular brand. They've been around for a long time.
Bawls, I'm going to tell you right now, out of all the energy drinks...
This is an energy drink, by the way, this is not a... I know it
looks funny, and I know y'all think I'm trying to be funny.
The way he's saying balls is killing me.
Hey,
it's
Bawls.
Yeah, it's spelled BAWLS.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
That's an actual company. Yes, it's an actual company, actual brand.
Nice though.
It's an actual. I'm gonna keep it tall with you. If y'all drink them tonight at work, I'm telling you, those are probably one of the best energy drinks you'll get your hands on. Like for real, for real.
The thing about it too is that some of you may who are watching this may know that this. You may have heard of this not from real life, but from a video game called Fallout Brotherhood of Steel.
Yes.
Because they did a sponsorship with this brand, and they put, instead of Nuka-Cola, Bawls energy drink everywhere.
Yep.
And I think that's
a fact. He ain't lying.
The whole line you just said.
So there was a game called Fallout Brotherhood of Steel.
I know that part, but the last part.
And instead of Nuka-Cola, which was the fictional soda in that series, they replaced it with Bawls energy drink.
All over he said balls all over the place. Yeah. He said it right. There was balls all over the place. And if it doesn't get all over the...
They knew what they were doing. I'll give them credit. They knew exactly what they were doing.
Yeah, if it doesn't get all over the place, it doesn't belong in your face. Yes. So first of all, shout out to the boys at Obsidian, because they're the ones who put together Brotherhood of Steel. They helped them out.
I'm not gonna make it.
No, hey.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, our beloved viewers and or visitor, let it be known, our humor never went past the 4th grade.
It wasn't even about the, I had to do it. I had to. I had to.
Balls.
You already know this. Would you like? Would you like to hold the balls?
No.
Would you like to? Would you like to sip the balls?
This is so bad.
So bad. Yeah, we got work.
Love y'all.
Oh man, that's hilarious.
Love y'all.
This is so bad.
And watch, my mom's gonna come home. She gonna see.
Like, what's this?
Balls.
And you gotta explain. Yes, you gotta tell your mom. Hey, this is why I never brought one to my mama.
You'll cough up a lung. You hear your mom say, "Why is your balls?"
What happened? Oh my God!
Why is there some balls up here?
Whose balls are these? Oh! You couldn't give me a trouble.
Balls are
This is great.
Let's go forward, gentlemen.
No, we can't go forward right now. We still got balls on y'all face. Move the balls out the way. Put the balls away.
Well,
anyway, salute to all of y'all. Appreciate y'all. If y'all ever want to try these out, like for real,
I'm gonna keep this right.
if you ever want to try these out for real, Bawls energy drink. They are really. I mean, all jokes aside.
Put it right here, because I don't want to be afraid.
I mean, all jokes aside, for real. These are probably one of the better energy drinks. The reason why I brought it to them, because you really cannot get these any place.
I think you can do online orders.
It's so hard to even get the online order.
Cheap.
Yeah.
You're literally like trying to figure out. So as Brother Cameron right here is saying, your best option is go to Micro Center.
And people buy these by the boxes. I can't say it without trying to make a joke out of it. Balls by the box. And so they were getting like in 24 packs or whatever, because they're so hard to get. Because when you pull them, you're not pulling up into a Micro Center every single day.
He said it was so hard to get.
It was. I mean, shoot. When I thought about it, I was like, "Yo, I'm in line trying to get the computer and stuff." So I was like, dang.
Brothers, I honestly think. I think the reason we don't see this drink everywhere, like we see Monster, Rockstar, or the other energy drinks out there, is probably because of the name.
No, I think
it's not. It's because it's a very memorable name.
Right.
I mean, let's face it. Gym bros everywhere would love it.
Oh yeah,
Let's face it, but it's a very obscure energy drink. Most people, if not all of them, who are listening to us right now, have no idea this existed. They probably still think it's a joke.
I know y'all think I'm playing. I mean, I know y'all think I do, but y'all can really buy these things for real.
Yes, you can actually buy this drink. It's a real drink. This isn't a gag.
I know y'all think this is like
Balls gonna give me some balls. All right.
Pause. Balls is gonna give me some balls. This is what I should have done this.
No. Here's a good slogan for them. It's like, drink balls so yours can drop.
Well, I mean, you can either go with the balls is better than these nuts.
That actually exists.
I know, because there's a drink called these. There's a drink called these nuts, dude.
Balls to the wall.
Balls to the wall will be another one. But it's funny because
they should hire us.
No, it's funny if we ever get it.
We won't make it.
No, we would because I'm gonna keep it tall with you.
Nothing done.
So we won't. Yeah.
All right.
With him and then you making jokes and then me giggling and laughing and then they gonna. It's gonna be hard for them to shoot.
I met the team who does Pro Bowl for them, and they're really good people. So they're actually a really good team. But be it as it may, if they decide they want to sponsor the podcast, that would be great. Hopefully,
they sponsored Fallout 1.
They surely did. They surely did. But I wanted to just put that out there. I wanted to give y'all a little some because I was thinking about y'all. Anyway,
before we go forward, I just want to say one more thing. Since Starfield's coming out at the end of the month,
that was the second thing I was talking about.
Bring that up just real quick. Fallout is owned by Bethesda, right? Bethesda made Starfield. We might see Balls in Starfield.
First of all, if Balls got a sponsorship with Bethesda and got into Starfield, I will be dying of laughter. That'll be the greatest pull. That'll be one of the greatest pulls ever. Don't get it wrong. To keep that
I'm
secret.
not even trying to say funny the name. I'm just saying.
Yeah, no, that would be like a pull of the century if they pulled that off, because that would get them so much like fame and notoriety, and they would really be selling out Balls everywhere. Like for real. Shut up.
All right, that was the last of it. No more of this drink. Let's move forward.
But speaking of Starfield. Like the man said, couple of weeks from now. What's that? A week away?
Like a week and a half.
Yeah, because they showed it at the.
You can download it right now. You can't play it, but you can download it.
Yeah, they showed it at the Gamescom. I didn't even get a chance to watch Gamescom, but I heard Microsoft showed they butt at Gamescom. I mean, what I mean by that is that they really showed a lot of content there. They showed Liza P, Starfield, some other stuff, and they was really going. They showed Texas Chainsaw. They showed all kinds of indie games. So Microsoft is doing a lot of stuff with Game Pass. They're really trying to push and go.
Well, because even after all this time, they're still trying to make it stick. I mean, let's face it, brothers. That Game Pass isn't what Microsoft was hoping it would be at this point. It's still somewhat kind of a niche thing. It's not.
Once they put more better games on there.
But that's the thing.
I'm sure it's gonna be. It's gonna go.
The problem with that is they're trying to put better games on there, but all the games they're putting on there are not really hitting with the crowd. That's why they really tried with Call of Duty to put Call of Duty on Game Pass. That was the inevitable goal, so that a lot of people would own it.
I mean, for the most part, I like how they do put some ESP.
Well, yeah, because
games on there like Madden.
Yeah, because Game Pass in itself is not bad. It's a serviceable service. Best way to put it. But especially with the hit titles, Halo, all the Gears of War games, all the Fallout games.
Yep.
Pretty much
Starfield dropped. All the Gears.
You got a lot of games on there. They even put Grand Theft Auto 5 back on there.
I saw that they re-dropped that on there.
So it's just one of those things where it's
they got Hot Wheels on there.
Yeah, so it's. I think it's worth its money, because when you don't gotta buy games when they come out nowadays.
And they put GoldenEye on there.
But speaking of which, I am going to be buying Armored Core 6 tomorrow.
Reason
I'm gonna probably put off Starfield for a minute. Not that Starfield is bad. It's just I just don't want to sink that much time into a video game. I'd rather play Armored Core for a bit because that one is not nearly as in depth as Starfield because it's not an RPG like that. It's more of a play for a couple hours and put down versus Starfield. You pick up and next thing you know it's already Monday.
That's a fact. I mean that is a fact.
I'm trying to avoid that
because that ain't a sense. That ain't a punchline. That is
gonna be off the stick until Monday morning.
No, that's not a punchline. That is real fact. I'm gonna tell you right now. As soon as Starfield starts up and running, you're gonna see people I'm calling out for the next 2 days, and then they're gonna try to run through it as much as they can.
Yeah. So like I said, I'm sure it'll be a fine game. It's going to be a very time-consuming game. And besides, it's on Game Pass, so I'm not in a rush to get it because we don't live in an age anymore, like all the way back in good old-fashioned 2007, where you had to go get a physical copy.
True.
Right? Yeah, there's no fear of the game running out anymore. Like that used to be a fear in the Halo 3 days, Modern Warfare 2. You know, like, oh, the store's sold out. They don't have Halo. They don't have Modern Warfare. You know what happened? Well, they pre-ordered them all. I mean, nowadays it's all digital, so there's no incentive rush other than your own impatience.
Even back in the day, like the major titles, there was no real fear with the major titles. You know what there was a fear of? It was with them small titles is where they had the fear of.
The Japanese stuff.
Yeah, like, you know, like your Star Oceans, your like if it was in this era, it'd be your games like Darkest Dungeon or something that was done by an independent team that can only put out. Yeah, Baldur's Gate would be another. Well, first of all, Baldur's Gate. If Starfield ain't the game that it's supposed to be, Baldur's Gate's is game of the year. It is game of the year.
And they're shaming everybody.
And they did that game so right. No microtransactions. No, it's just pure.
It's a real video game.
It's just a pure, great video game, and it's not one of those action shoot 'em up bang bang. This is one of those turn-based. Really got to think your way through. You know, this is one of those games.
It's kind of like
it's like XCOM. It's like a magic fantasy game, but it's like what I call it. It's like XCOM on crack.
So okay, best way to imagine XCOM infused with Dragon Age.
Yes. It's exactly that. Exactly that.
So that's what Baldur's. That's not an insult.
And that's not an insult because
that's
Dragon Age is a great game and XCOM is a great game. If you merge them two concepts together, that's what you got with Baldur's Gate.
I tell you right now, just to tell you what people just love about these kind of games, you know, and you're going to see probably a lot with Starfield once it launches, is that I guarantee you within the month, maybe even the week of this game launches, you're going to have a list of all the romanceable characters.
Yep.
And you're going to have how to romance them. Like, there will be guys. It's really weird.
Basically, it's like a Final Fantasy.
Yeah,
kind of, but even with Final Fantasy.
Well, I just bring that up because it's amazing how attached people will get to video game characters.
Yes.
I remember seeing this a lot, like back in the Mass Effect days when Mass Effect was really big.
Oh, when they would always try to go with Tiana and all. Good lord.
You saw that in Street Fighter.
Yeah, well, we talked about that.
Yeah, we talked about this a little bit last time, but I'm just saying this because like that's the most popular thing about these games is the romances. And
yes.
It's kind of sad.
I mean, because
it's kind of telling.
It's kind of telling because here's the thing about it, which is crazy. Because when you talk about this, when you normally talk about the romance of something, you would normally have women and females talk about that. Oh, I read this book and I was so caught into the romancing.
But when it's
now it's a video game and all it is dudes talking about this. It's like, when did the tide change where dudes is talking about, ooh, I was able to see this person get with this person and it made me feel this way. I'm like, since when did we change the tide on this?
This to me, like, I like video games. They're one of my favorite enjoyments.
Facts.
But you gotta remember, dear listeners and brothers,
it's just a game.
They're just games. Because when you turn it off, it all ceases to exist. No matter, like, one of the things that helps you, what should help you keep your consumption of video games in check is that, one, no matter how much time or money you spend on it, the minute that machine is turned off, it ceases to exist.
Yep.
Two, video game achievements are not real achievements. Facts.
Talk that. Just because you got 100%, no. Just because you got 100% achievement on a game, that doesn't mean you're the best player in the world.
You know, they're not real achievements because, like I said, the minute it turns off, it ceases to exist.
Well, I still collect my 100 points when I'm on my.
Oh, of course. I'm not saying this to discourage.
No, I'm just joking.
I'm saying this as a just a reminder that. At the end of the day, don't let your enjoyments be what you live for, because when you do that, they cease to be enjoyments and they become more of drudges and worn out. It's just a
natural fantasy.
No, it's
a natural fantasy. Yeah. I mean, some people, and while we on this topic, because I noticed, especially when me and you talked about the Mortal Kombat characters, how we literally watched that video of all the girls want to be Katana, start dressing like Katana, so they start making Instagrams and TikTok videos, and then you're like,
well, because here's the thing, because the girls will do that because they know the guys are going to respond, because it's two things that's relatable. There's a girl who looks good in a character that they would want to see. It's just like what we talked about last week when we talked about how guys get too caught up in like, I want to be with these characters, and they get to the whole blow up doll or the figurine type deals.
Like,
the girls feed into it. And then they do exactly what that is. So they try to bring this into real life because they know that they will get the attention. Go ahead. Go.
Just to cut it. I'm sorry, not
go.
The bully here, but what he's referencing is our conversation we had last week or maybe before that.
Check the last podcast.
And just to give you a brief rundown. So there's this company out there who makes life-size statues of video game characters. And they were concerned that their products were going to be misused by their purchasers. So they kind of made this article or post or something kind of advising not to do that. Because, like I said, these were life-size and realistic-looking statues, right? And essentially that's what they were saying. Don't do that. No, because they can get sued most likely.
Facts.
So they had to tell them because they know who's buying them. They know what kind of people they are because these things are not cheap.
Yes, these are like $200, $300, $400 worth of figurines, maybe more than that.
And they're like nerds out there, but
I'll absolutely shame you for that. Don't become so depraved to where you buy a physical figure. Sure, I don't care how realistic or lifelike it is. It's a dead piece of plastic.
Facts.
And then you start just humping it like a rabid dog. Come on, my guy. Wake up, please.
He said humping it like a rabid dog.
But, he ain't wrong.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
That's all. That's still just, it's mind-boggling to me, and I feel for the men of this generation. I do.
Because that's what it came down to, and it gets so bad when that's the story. That's the story. In Baldur's Gate, and keep in mind, in Baldur's Gate, as much as people talk about the gameplay, they talk about the story just the same. Now, I'm not one of those ones who is opposed to having a good story. I'm cool with the great story. I'm even cool with the romance thing, but I'm not like one of those ones like, oh, I just play it strictly for the romance portion of it. There's people who play games strictly for that. They play Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3 strictly on the strength of that alone.
It's mind-boggling.
But it's super crazy. But shout out to Bethesda. Hopefully your game gets off the ground. It better. I'm gonna keep it tall with you. It better because you got basically the second half of the year of Game Pass riding on literally this game right now.
Oh yeah, dude. If Starfield don't hit like it's supposed to, that's it.
But I'm gonna be dead honest with you. I think it hits. I just don't. Yeah. I think it hits. I just don't think it hits as strong as what they think is going to do.
Yeah, it's going to be a jab, not a left hook.
Yeah, exactly. Because I think that a lot of the PlayStation players are going to rock with it. I know all the Xbox players, they're going to get it just because it's on strength of Game Pass. They're going to get that. But the PlayStation players is the one, huh?
Yeah.
And the PlayStation one's going to be the one be like, well, do I really want to drop in $70 for this game? Is it really that good? That's really where the question lies. But I think it'll be just fine. I think what you're going to see is two fundamental differences between Baldur's Gate and Starfield. Yeah, Starfield's more pace, gunplay, shooting, gun, bang, bang. Don't get it wrong.
The real comparison's going to come in when they're going to be like, because okay, so the most amazing thing about Baldur's Gate is that it has a very small development team. Mm-hmm. It has a very small development team, especially for AAA standards.
Yep.
Right? So you're going to have Starfield come out, and Starfield is probably going to have a lot of bugs. It's going to have problems. It's going to have issues because that's what AAA games in the modern age are now. And people are going to make the comparison. Look at Baldur's Gate made with this small group of people, and then look at Starfield with, I don't know, it was like over 1,000 people working on this title.
Plus the money behind it. They got the machine behind them.
That's why it's kind of like it has to do at least good. But this, I feel like, is a situation where good enough is not nearly good enough.
Well, yeah, good enough is not going to be the number because you got to understand the team that did Baldur's Gate, this is the same team that did Divinity Original Sin, which was a home run for them just the same, even though it was an indie game. And Baldur's Gate was even intended to be an indie game, and it became from an indie game to a AAA overnight. Now, that team who does Baldur's Gate, they're going to get funded by whoever they want to get funded by next, and they're going to be able to put out whatever they need to put out. I just hope that some big company don't gobble them up. Because if a big company gobbles them up, like Microsoft says, "Oh, I want to buy them," because they probably can for like $1 billion and just keep it moving. I just hope that they don't gobble them up and mess up the trajectory. Because certain teams need to stay on their own, and the team that does Baldur's Gate need to stay on their own. But there's other teams like Bethesda and so, some of them teams that's on Bethesda, they need the money, they need the engine, they need the financing to get these games off. I just hope it doesn't. I just hope it doesn't fall on his face.
It's going to be an interesting tail end of the year for gamers going on.
We're gonna find out.
We got a lot to look forward to, but
we got the new
Call
of Duty.
Absolutely, Call of Duty.
And we got the new Mortal Kombat 1's coming out in a couple of weeks too, so you might want to get your hands on that. That looks pretty fire.
It's just one of those things. And if you do get it, control yourself, please. Don't act the fool. I'm begging
please,
you.
no. Don't be the one. I just don't want to be the one to be like, yo, I've been up for like 19 hours straight playing Starfield. Don't be that dude. The crazy thing is, I say that because I used to be that type dude. I remember when Fallout 3 came out, and I remember staying up 14 hours a day
for Fallout 3.
Oh no! I'll tell you one better. We would call out. When back in the day in my Best Buy days and stuff, we would call out for Madden days. They would basically have to incentivize us to come into work to sell the game because they knew that when the game came out, because remember we used to do midnight releases, so we would do the midnight release, go home at like 2 in the morning, and we would just stay up and play Madden all night. So they would have to incentivize us to come back in that next day to work because they knew we wasn't coming. We knew we weren't coming to work.
Madden? Come on.
No, that's what we would do. That's like when Madden is heyday.
Madden's Madden. You gonna be up. You gotta play Madden.
We played Madden. I would have got home.
Who's your team?
49ers.
That's right. Hold on.
Raiders.
Ugh.
That's another subject we can get to.
Well, no, I got the right one. I got the right one for that. Shout out to Ron. I got the right one. He's the one who needs to sit here and we can talk that discussion.
Shout out to my boy Z at the factory. He's a Niners fan, so he's gonna be coming on the table pretty soon.
Yeah. And
he's following us. So
and for all
he's a security guard.
And for all the people who's in this fantasy football league got the job, I got y'all too. Don't worry. I like taking lunch money. I told y'all the champ is here. I told y'all.
His favorite phrase: "I'm nice."
Exactly. But they already know that. They knew that from day one. They're just now figuring out that if it's true or not.
But marching on forward here.
But anyway.